To me, watching your spouse, somebody that you love, have an adventure, what is better than that? And being part of that.
The immense popularity of Bravo's Real Housewives franchise clearly shows that people are fascinated by the lives of wealthy wives. While some may enjoy the drama, the ultra-rich don't have time for reality TV. They're busy running multi-million-dollar businesses, tackling global issues like poverty, and even reminding the president of small but important duties, like placing his hand over his heart during the Pledge of Allegiance. Let's look at some of these boss ladies behind the wealth. Melinda Gates is best known as the wife of Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft, whose fortune is valued at a staggering $87.2 billion. However, the Gates duo has worked relentlessly to combat global poverty. In 2012, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation pledged $560 million to provide contraceptives for women in third world countries. She was born on August 15, 1964, in Dallas, Texas, as the second of 4 children to Raymond Joseph French Jr., an aerospace engineer, and Elaine Agnes Ameland, a homemaker. She has 1 older sister and 2 younger brothers. Raised as a Catholic, French attended St. Monica Catholic School, where she graduated as valedictorian. At the age of 14, her father and a teacher named Mrs. Bauer, who promoted computer science at the all-girls school, introduced her to the Apple II. This experience sparked her interest in computer games and the basic programming language. French graduated as valedictorian from Ursuline Academy of Dallas in 1982. She went on to earn a bachelor's degree in computer science and economics from Duke University in 1986, followed by an MBA from Duke's Fuqua School of Business in 1987. During her time at Duke, she was a member of the Kappa Alpha Theta sorority, Beta Rho chapter. Melinda shared at a TED Talk that in the US, there used to be widespread support for contraceptives, and the Gates Foundation succeeded in raising $2.6 billion for this cause. Interestingly, Bill was once Melinda's boss at Microsoft. He asked her out in the company parking lot, and after a bit of a scheduling mix-up, they went on a date. 7 years later, they tied the knot. Roman Abramovich, the Russian billionaire now valued at $8.9 billion, met Dasha Zhukova at her father's New Year's Eve party in 2005 when she was 25. At that time, she was dating a tennis star, and Roman was married. Despite this, the two started a relationship, had 2 children, and secretly married in 2008. She was born in Moscow on June 8, 1981. Her father, Alexander Zhukov, is an oil trader, and her mother, Elena Zhukova, is a Russian Jewish scientist specializing in molecular biology. Her parents separated when she was 3 years old. In 1991, Daria moved with her mother to the United States, initially settling in the Houston area before later relocating to Los Angeles, California. Elena eventually became a professor of molecular biology at UCLA and an expert on diabetes before retiring. Zhukova attended a Jewish day school in California for 3 years and then went on to graduate from Pacific Hills School in 1999. She earned honors while studying Slavic studies and literature at the University of California, Santa Barbara. After her involvement with Roman Abramovich, she returned to Moscow and later moved to London, where she enrolled in the College of Naturopathic Medicine, though she did not complete the program. In 2023, she graduated with a Master of Arts degree from New York University. Dasha, now a media mogul, is the founder of Garage magazine, which was recently acquired by Vice Media. Priscilla Chan met Mark Zuckerberg, the creator of Facebook, while waiting in line for a bathroom at a Harvard frat party. She recalled thinking he was an interesting guy, but not very studious. Zuckerberg surprised her on their first date by admitting he'd rather go out with her than finish his midterm. They dated for 9 years before marrying in 2012, and Zuckerberg announced their wedding through a Facebook Live event. Chan, the daughter of Chinese immigrants, is a pediatrician, fluent in English, Cantonese, and Spanish, and a graduate of the University of California at San Francisco. Mark Zuckerberg and Priscilla Chan have donated around $4.6 billion to various charitable causes, including a $75 million donation to San Francisco General Hospital, where Chan previously worked. In 2013, they contributed 18 million Facebook shares, valued at over $970 million, to the Silicon Valley Community Foundation, which led to them being recognized as the most generous American philanthropists of the year by the Chronicle of Philanthropy. The couple also pledged $120 million to public schools in the San Francisco Bay Area. In 2016, Chan co-founded The Primary School, a nonprofit offering both K-12 education and prenatal care in East Palo Alto, California, where she serves as the Emeritus Board Chair. On December 1, 2015, they posted an open letter to their newborn daughter on Facebook, announcing their commitment to donate 99% of their Facebook shares, then worth $45 billion, to the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, a limited liability company focused on health and education. Chan manages the day-to-day operations of the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, focusing on initiatives in education, healthcare, and science, which reflect her personal interests and background. She is seen as having a significant influence on her husband's philanthropic efforts. In March 2017, she was one of 6 nominees for the San Francisco Chronicle's Visionary of the Year Award, which recognizes leaders who strive to improve the world through innovative business practices. Mackenzie Scott initially moved to New York in the early 90s to work in a hedge fund, where she interviewed Jeff Bezos. She got the job, but was more drawn to him than just a professional connection, especially after hearing his distinctive laugh from her office next door. 3 months later, they married in 1993 and moved to Seattle, where Jeff founded Amazon. Today, Jeff's net worth is $80 billion, and Mackenzie is a published author. When asked if she thought Amazon had harmed the publishing industry, she disagreed, stating that Amazon has been great for readers. In May 2019, Mackenzie Scott joined the Giving Pledge, a commitment to donate the majority of her wealth to charity either during her lifetime or in her will. While the pledge is not legally binding, it represents a significant philanthropic undertaking. In July 2020, Scott announced in a Medium post that she had donated $1.7 billion to 116 non-profit organizations focusing on racial equality, LGBTQ+ equality, democracy, and climate change. Her donations to historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs, Hispanic serving institutions, tribal colleges, and other institutions surpassed $800 million. By December 2020, just months later, Scott revealed she had donated an additional $4.15 billion to 384 organizations, concentrating on aiding those affected by the economic impact of COVID-19 and tackling systemic inequalities. She expressed a desire to accelerate her charitable giving, especially as the U.S. faced the unprecedented challenges of the pandemic and as the wealth of billionaires continued to rise. Scott's team focused on supporting organizations with strong leadership and measurable results, especially those operating in communities with high food insecurity, racial inequity, poverty, and low access to philanthropic capital. Her total charitable contributions for 2020 reached $5.8 billion, making it one of the largest annual donations by a private individual to active charities. Jerry Hall, formerly known as the partner of Mick Jagger, became famous for her long relationship with the Rolling Stones frontman and their 4 children. After rumors of infidelity led to their split in 1999, she began dating media mogul Rupert Murdoch in 2015. Murdoch, worth an estimated $13 billion, married Hall a year later. In 2016, Rupert Murdoch married Jerry Hall in his 3rd marriage at the age of 84, while Hall was 59. Hall was born in Gonzales, Texas, to Marjorie, née Sheffield, a medical records librarian, and John P. Hall. She has English, Irish, and Dutch heritage. She graduated from North Mesquite High School at the age of 16 and also attended Eastfield College while in high school, where she took courses in archery, tennis, and gymnastics. In the TV series Who Do You Think You Are?, Hall discovered that she is descended from Humphrey Best, an associate of the American pioneer Daniel Boone. Their marriage was not driven by financial gain. Hall's divorce settlement from Mick Jagger reportedly amounted to $40 million. Reflecting on her life, Hall admits, "I sometimes pinch myself because I've led such a wonderful life." Though not every marriage ends in blissful circumstances. Laurene Powell Jobs, widow of Apple co-founder Steve Jobs, inherited his fortune following his death in 2011. With assets totaling $14.1 billion, she became one of the richest women in the world. Laurene met Steve while pursuing her MBA at Stanford, and they shared values, including being vegetarians. After dating for a year, they married in a Buddhist ceremony at Yosemite National Park. Laurene's net worth now exceeds $20 billion, thanks to her work with organizations like Emerson Collective and College Track. In 2015, she donated $50 million to the XQ Super School Project, which aims to reshape high school education. She strongly believes in the power of individuals and the transformative effect of belief and support. Lucy Southworth, wife of Google co-founder Larry Page, met him while she was pursuing a PhD in biomedical informatics at Stanford. The couple wed in 2007 on Necker Island in the Caribbean, owned by British mogul Richard Branson. Since then, Lucy has been active in the family's philanthropic efforts, including a $15 million donation to fight Ebola through various non-profit organizations in 2014. With a personal net worth of $44 billion, Larry Page and Lucy have 2 children. Melania Trump, a former model, met Donald Trump in 1998 at the Kit Kat Club in New York. Though there were some bumps along the way, including a breakup in 1998 and 2001, they eventually married in 2005 at the Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida, after a proposal with a $1.5 million ring. Donald, the least wealthy on this list at $3.5 billion, was elected the 45th President of the United States. Melania Trump was the one who ultimately persuaded her husband, Donald Trump, to run for president in the 2016 presidential election, telling him that he either needed to pursue the campaign or stop discussing it. Once the campaign started, Melania made it clear to Donald that she would not be pressured into attending events or actively campaigning. She expressed that she would only make appearances when she felt like it. As a result, she took a relatively small role in the campaign, a departure from the more traditional, hands-on involvement often seen from spouses of presidential candidates. Melania explained her minimal involvement by emphasizing the importance of staying at home with their son, Barron. Despite her limited public role, her daily routine was impacted by the campaign, particularly regarding security arrangements when traveling. She also adjusted her social media habits, as she could no longer post in real time about her activities. Before the campaign, Melania had been a prolific user of Instagram and Twitter, but she became much less active on these platforms once the campaign began. Melania adapted to the role of First Lady, choosing not to drink alcohol and pledging to remain true to herself. She stated, "I'm very strong, tough, and confident. I will listen to myself and do what feels right to my heart."